Hello, my name is Bobby L. Perry. This is the 59th episode of BPerryFilms Podcast. I will be doing a deep dive into the different methods of how we consume books. There are two different methods of reading books that we know of outside of audiobooks. There are physical books that many of us have grown up and loved since the beginning of time. Then, on the other hand, people are moving on to other sources of reading through a device called e-readers. E-readers include Kindles, Nooks, Kobos, and e-ink devices. Towards the end of this video, I will be doing an unboxing of some products and some things that I have ordered off of Amazon that I highly recommend for you guys to invest in. So let's start from the beginning. How do we define books? Books. Basically, it's just a printed piece of paper with written material, and usually there's lessons to learn, holding documents, something that is binding together with a cover page, the author's name, sometimes an illustration, a bio, a quick story, kind of like an essay, a publication, documents, records, and much more. So I'll just go into a deep dive of, let's start with books. So a book that I'm reading, it's called Rebel, Find Yourself by Not Following the Crowd by Graham Cochran. I got to talk to him. And also another book that I'm reading, and I got to talk to the author as well, Sean Cano, YouTube Secrets, the second edition. And what I love about these books is that they're easy to bring around, and I like the smell of new books, especially new books. I don't like used books at all because people rip up pages, people spill stuff, it's all crumbled. And you have the option of having a hardcover like this book or a soft cover. And it's all about personal preference. When I think about getting books, I always think of places like Barnes & Nobles or the libraries, and everyone's like, what happened to Barnes & Noble? And I'm like, yeah, what is going on with Barnes & Noble? Are they filing bankruptcy, or something's happening where they're all disappearing? And I miss the days where I used to go there at least once a month, get to network with some people, whether it's on finance books, fantasy books, history books, and people just having a discussion, grab your coffee from Starbucks, and just have that normal discussion. And sometimes there's book groups. And I like the convenience of books because when I'm on a plane, and sometimes you can't use your phone or your iPad, there's a book that you can just pop out, read, and take notes in it, and it's physical. A lot of people like physical books because you're able to take it on the road and you don't have to worry about connecting to Wi-Fi, knowing a password, all this and that. There's so many things that go on when it comes to having these e-readers versus physical books. When you think of costs, yes, they may be more expensive, but you have to think about shipping. You got to think about how many writers were a part of this. You got to think about how much that they spend on marketing. There's so many factors as to price. But like I said, there's libraries that you can get books. You can find books on Amazon. There's so many places that you can find a book. And books can range between $2.99 to about $30 or $40. It just depends on who the author is. Is it an autobiography, a biography? Is it a history book, a fantasy book, a horror book? There's so many different books that you can go through. And like I said, the smell is just amazing. And just being around so much knowledge, and it brings a whole different aesthetic of people. Now let's talk about ebooks. Now ebooks are Kindles, Kobos, e-ink, and they can be used for different things, whether it's the convenience of having something lightweight, something that you can just take on the road and not have to worry about lugging so many packages and books with you. I was one of those kids back in the day where I had so many textbooks and I refused to use a locker because everyone would break into them. And let me tell you, every time everyone's like, stand up straight. And I'm like, trust me, I can't. And they're like, why? I was like, watch. I used to stand up straight and I would almost fall backwards because my bag was so heavy. I was carrying around at least 5 classes of books, and the textbooks were like this huge. I know kids that are watching this nowadays, especially if they're like in the 4th and 5th grade, they can't relate. But we used to carry around books from class to class to class, and you just couldn't wait to get home or just sit down in class and just have your book bag underneath you because it was so heavy. EBooks, I like the convenience that I can just hook it up to my Amazon account or my Libby account and stream audiobooks to it, and also get a book easy at ease. I could carry around 100 books on a Kindle, just hypothetically, even though that you can. But being able to do that, you're able to ease up your hands. Kindles only weigh about 4 to 7 pounds, depending on which ones you get. Same thing with the Kobos, the Nooks, that's Barnes & Noble, and e-ink. I know that's trending right now. Some of the Kindles and devices, e-readers, you can take notes on it, you can highlight, you can do all types of things. You don't have to invest in going to Target, getting highlighters. You don't need a pencil anymore. It comes with a stylus. There's so many things that you can bring to use a physical book versus an ebook. And is it worth it? You have to ask yourself, are you willing to spend anywhere between $50 to like about $500 or even to the thousands of dollars when you're talking about iPads and maybe the e-inks? So you just have to think about the convenience or the inconvenience that comes to you, but sometimes you might get your money's worth because the ebooks are usually cheaper because it's just a PDF file that is saved on your device. Now, I want to do a quick unboxing. So, I ordered myself a Kindle. I'm excited. I used to have the Nook. I used that for so many years. And like I said, Barnes & Noble is slowly going out of business because they feel that people aren't reading books like they used to. But lesson learned. If everything goes haywire, somehow the power goes out and you have work to do for school, how are you going to get it done if you don't have Wi-Fi? So I just think about stuff like that. And everything that I ordered is from Amazon, all these books. So if you've been following me on TikTok, which is growing very fast, shout out to everyone on TikTok. I ordered myself the Kindle Paperwhite edition, signature edition. It comes with 32 gigabytes. It has some warm and mellow tone temperature, so it's like brown to blue light. The warm light is good for your eyes. It's more relaxing. That's what I use for all my videos. I don't like the blue lights because the fluorescent lights give me a headache. And I'll send you, I'll have all the links in the description of all the resources that I have, along with 25 books are recommended to me, and also books that I have read. And I can't wait to get this working. And it also has wireless charging. Like I said, I ordered this off of Amazon. I believe this was $190, and it comes with no ads. And like I said, it has wireless charging. So, in the box, it comes with this, the Kindle. Nice and lightweight. And look at the size right there. I'm always having to leave my book in the car. And for me, just sliding this into my laptop bag is more convenient. Because just imagine carrying around a laptop and an iPad. It's just so inconvenient. So I love that this is very small, very portable. And let me know if you guys like these unboxing videos. I enjoyed it a lot. And then it has a message saying, that's what books are for, to travel without moving an inch. And it has like their little avatar right there with the person reading their Kindle. And I don't think most devices come with a USB adapter, but it comes with a cord that you can plug in, and it's USB-C. So many of you who are Macs or people that use iPads, this is great. And another thing I like about Kindles, Nooks, is that they have long battery life. I won't say the Kobos or the e-inks because you're going to be on them a lot longer, and they're also bigger devices. So I can imagine the battery life dying out a lot faster. But just think of having just your Kindle, your book, and not having to charge it for maybe for a month or two, depending on how much you read. And keep in mind, if you have the light on in the background, the warm temperature and the light temperature, it's going to drain the battery a lot faster. And then also, I got myself not a carrying case, but a case to cover it up. And what's also neat about this is that when you have it closed, it turns the device off on sleep mode. So let me just unbox this real quick. So right when I thought this design right here was just a cover on, no, that's the device on sleep. And right here is the charging port right next to the power on button. Just Kindle, it's lighting up. I'm not sure if you can see it pretty well, but I love it very much. And I can't wait to do a thorough review. Let me know if you want a part 2. And I also have a question for you guys as a community. Well, it's a couple of questions, so get ready for it. So, what is your personal preference when it comes to consuming your books? So that's question asking, do you like ebooks or physical books? And are you using an e-reader over the physical book? In your personal preference on your look at it through a primarily stage. Are you carrying around books more often than your ebook? And also, are you willing to invest in a Kindle? Whether it be the regular Paperwhite, the Scribe, the Signature Edition. Like I said, I got this model because I felt that I needed something that would hold a lot of books. I read on average about 50 to 60 something books per year. I know that may be a lot to some people, but I read a lot of books. Keep in mind, I'm a podcaster. I do a lot of reviews. I have to make sure that when I'm putting my presentations together, I'm very knowledgeable, very understanding of certain topics. So I have to do a lot of reading and consuming and putting these videos together. So yeah. So those are my questions for you. I hope you enjoyed this video. I can't wait to download some books. I have so many physical books to read between Becoming by Michelle Obama, Promised Land by Barack Obama, the Steve Jobs book, and I think I do have some books saved to my Amazon account, so I'm curious to see if it syncs onto my Kindle and get everything working. So it's asking me. So yeah, follow me on YouTube, the BPerryFilms Experience, TikTok and Instagram at BPerryFilms, and Bobby L. Perry on LinkedIn. I'm just walking through this little setup just to see how everything works and get everything started for me. Right now, it's just asking me, what is my priority language? Where am I located? And now it's downloading everything. And let's see how fast it loads. It looks like it's loading very fast. And can't wait to start reading. I'll probably do a month review. Let me know if you want me to do YouTube Shorts more often, telling people what books I recommend, some quick thoughts, some quick tips. Just share in the comments what you want me to post about. Thank you, and have a good day.